all you space engineers out there. Commander Kingfish here, and I am back in Space Engineers 1 in the Apex Survival, and we're on episode 19. So today, we're going to get started on our production facility. As you can see, I got a little bit started ahead out there, but I've been doing some maintenance stuff, and actually first thing we're going to do, the sun's coming up. So we got to go into our inventory, and we have a cup of cosmic coffee. So let's go ahead and drink that, and that's going to boost our energy. And I think it takes a little, well, no, I think my oxygen is down just a little bit standing out here, but we'll get that filled up. Some of the things I've already done, I already went and made 4 runs of iron ore, so I should have plenty of iron for today as we start building on that production facility. I've already harvested all of my crops for this morning and have gotten those put in here, and as you can see, I'm starting to get my seed production, my storage, so you can never have too many seeds, so we're getting those stored up. If we go over here to production, you can actually see we've got a few things that we can actually make, and I've been making the meal pack, the seared sabroid, and so that's been doing pretty good because it gives me 100% food and I don't have to worry about it. Let's go out over here and see what I've been doing over here. Again, just some maintenance stuff. I'm going to be doing a little bit of that all along here. I've got the tower completely finished now. That's all filled in, and I've done some painting. Well, I guess I missed some painting. Let's go ahead and do this while we are at it. What color? Wrong color. Let's hit the blue, and let's go ahead and paint these, and then I will have this done. Hopefully we are not going to get hit. The sabroids have been out, the spiders have been out pretty regular, so the other thing I got to check is, even though I've got the turrets, every once in a while they do hit something, and so everything looks good over here. So just got to check from time to time. So let's go over here. I've got some stuff to do around this area over here, but we're not going to work on that. That's just busy work that we're going to take care of later, and I'll do that off and on. So as you can see, I've started putting in my conveyor system that's going to be heading over here. I've got this kind of mapped out as to the way I want it, and if we kind of come up here, I've got the catwalk started coming over to here, and so I'm going to do the same thing that I did over there. It's going to have a brace, and I need to put in some walkways down below, just like I got over there. And again, that's more work, a lot of busy work to kind of get that kind of cleaned up. But today I want to try to get the foundation all laid out, and then you'll start to kind of get an idea of what I am trying to plan here. So these are going to be 21 squares by 21 squares, and then I'm going to have refineries and assemblers, and I think I'm going to have my cargo bins all in this one. I haven't decided exactly on the cargo bins. I may put those in a separate warehouse building, and if I do, that would be off over on that area right in there, off of the production area. So we'll just have to wait and see once I get to that point. I get the production in, and that that's all in. And then I think the only other thing I really want to do here on this particular build is maybe put in some sort of landing pads so that when the company decides to send somebody out here, they'll have a place to land and that sort of thing. So again, this is episode 19, so this production facility is going to take a few episodes, so I'm going to get busy on that. So let me go ahead and get some more of that laid out, and I will catch back up with you here in a little bit. Okay, just to give you a little bit of an update, I've kind of gotten my outer edge put in all the way around, and that kind of gives you an idea of how big this thing is going to be. But by the time you get 3 refineries in, like on this side, with their production modules added on, like yield and speed, they will pretty much start taking up this whole section. Plus on the inside I got ideas for catwalks and stuff like that. So kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an update, kind of see what I've got going here. And so what the next thing is I've got to do, actually come over to this side and start measuring out. Once I get this outer edge measured out and laid out, I'm going to go ahead and get it welded up because it'll take quite a bit of welding. So let me go ahead, and I don't need the drill, and I actually don't need that either. So let me get over to here. So if we go to our beam blocks, now these are being putting these 1, 2, 3, and then we've got a T junction that goes in right here, and then back to the beam blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then we go to the T junction and back to the beam blocks, 2, 3, and then back to the junction, 1, 2, 3, and then back to the beam block, and then that should just leave 3 left. 1, 2, 3. So that kind of gives you an idea. And then on these, for my posts, there where the beam blocks, where the T junction is where I am putting these posts. So if we put these down here like this, where are you at? Yeah, right there. All right. And so to get the bottom one in, to make it a little bit easier, I just kind of do this, and then I can flip this like that. So we'll go ahead and do that along here, and then I'll take these out, kind of like forms. Think of them as forms or laying concrete and stuff. So we'll do that. Since I don't have hydrogen and I can stand on my head, which is the trick on getting these in place. Now this slopes off out here, so I probably could have squatted down and been able to get that in, and I don't need to put that one in, so that's already in. I probably could have squatted down and been able to put that in place, but this was just as easy. All right, we get these out of here. And you kind of see the building is starting to take shape. Now, just like I have on those over there, I will have beams running across, and just to kind of give it the look of support and everything like it should. So I think it looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and get this last side in, and then I think I can start welding on it. So I'll catch back up with you here in just a little bit. Well, as you can see, I just about got that outer ring or the outer edge all done. I got to grab a few more interior plates to finish this off and get these last couple of cylinders. And as you can see, we've got the radiation back, which makes it, you know, not a problem with that decontamination chamber. So as I come up here and grab parts, I can just jump right into here. And you can see that you got to look right into the shower, but you can see that that removes the radiation. And now I can come back out here, grab my interior plates. I guess I'm going to need a few more of these. So let's grab, that should be enough there, and that should be enough interior plates. Finish that little bit. And it looks like the radiation is starting to let up a little bit, so we should be good. So let's finish getting this part done. I think there was a little bit left to do on this one. Yeah, get that finished. And that one's done. Let's get this one done. There we go. All right. So that takes care of the outer edge. And so I think the next thing I want to do is get my beams coming across here, which will be the same pattern. They'll all be equal or contiguous, however you want to call it. So it'll be 3 blocks in, and then instead of a T-junction, it's just going to be a junction, and then that'll be 3 blocks out. So let me go ahead and grab a bunch of steel, and then I'll kind of show you what that will look like. And I'll keep some interior, let's see, a few interior plates on me as well, because that will make it a little bit easier to find where I need to put my cylinders down. So let's do this. Let's do it like this. And if we do a couple of those, then I can just pretty much grab the rest as steel. All right. Nice afternoon here on the alien planet. Okay. And we'll just start right over here on this corner. Hopefully we don't get interrupted. I haven't been too bad on the spiders, so let's go here. 3 to my beams. 4 beam block. Put that around. So 1, 2, 3. And then if we go 1, 2, 3, that should work out perfectly. And then we want just the junction. And that will go in there pretty much just like that. And then we will put a cylinder right there. I'm not going to worry about the bottom one yet. That's just so it'll make it a little bit easier. So let me see how much of this I can get laid in. And then we'll be totally ready to put the floor in. And that's kind of what I wanted to get done. So if I can get all of that done and welded up today, I'll be pretty happy. So let's do this. Get back to our beam block. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a junction. And then a cylinder. All right, well, let me get at it. And as soon as I get this all laid in, I'll give you an update. Well, I got my beams all laid out and I've got started welding on them. I am about, let's see. Yeah, right here is where I was at. So let's get these welded up. And that one already is. So the good thing is, I'll show you. Let's see. We get over to, oh, I think this one is, no. So I can still reach that center one. I was kind of, oh crap. Come on, where's my guns? Where's my guns? Oh! They tried to trap me. That was close. All right. You guys are just... Grab that. And... let's... grab you. 2 timers. Man, oh man. That was close. That was close. Well, let's go up here and go in and get a little first aid. That scared the bejesus out of me. All right. That took my health down to 80. That would have been bad. The only other time I've died was when they spawned inside of my building over there. I've been able to avoid them. Those turrets sure have really helped. They have. I would never be able to do what I'm doing without those turrets. All right, back to where we were at. All right, so that one's done. That one's done. Let's see. All right, we're here. I just wanted to kind of get this road done. And that one's already done. That was the outside one. We got these 3. And there we go. I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an update. You can see that I've got everything laid in, and then I've got that first row all welded up. So I'm going to keep welding away here and try to get this bottom all welded, and then I can start laying in my steel blocks up above for the floor. So let me get at it and let's get this done. Well, I've gotten the beams all welded up and across. I'm going to start working on the cylinders now. Hopefully that's not going to take too long. And then we can start working on the platform or the floor. And that's what I was wanting to get all the way done today. If I could get that floor in and get this foundation all the way in, that's a pretty good day today. Plus, I did ore mining. I mined a bunch of iron so that I would have plenty of material so I wouldn't run out. Because most everything here today was going to require iron and nothing else to speak of. So we should be in pretty good shape because I made 4 trips of mining iron ore with the miner. And so, yeah, we should be in pretty good shape. So let's see, I need interior plates. And so let me go grab some interior plates. Once I get that done, I'll catch back up with you here in a little bit. Well, I got everything welded up down below down here. The beams are all in. The posts are all in. So the foundation is done. And so I also got the catwalk welded across, since that's right now is our only connection over to there. I thought it would be good to get that welded up. I want to try to get this laid out over to there and welded up today. But first I wanted to get that floor all in, so I think that's the next thing that I need to do is start throwing in all of the blocks in here. So let's see. Let me make sure. We need to change that back over. Actually, the floor, let me look at my chart here. It's going to be a wall. So I think we're good around this next outer edge of being frosted or frozen. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It is going to be blue. So let's, where is my block? 8. And so we can just start throwing that in right here like that. And do it like this. There we go. And then the floor itself and inside is going to have the rusted look, just like over there. So that's what we're trying to get accomplished here. But let me get the outer edge done, because that's where the wall actually the wall is going to go right along here. So I'm going to have 2 blocks here, and then the wall is going to go along right here, and then I'll have this as a walkway around the edge. So let's get this in. Let me get these blocks in, and maybe I'll go ahead and get these first ones welded up, and then we can get the rest of them laid out. So I'll catch you back up with you here in just a little bit. Well, I got the floor all laid out, so let's get started welding on this. We're just going to start here. And again, this is going to be wall, and then this is going to be the floor of the processing plant. So that way, the idea is that on the inside it's going to be warm, and so but this is a corrosive planet, and so my thought is that inside, that shouldn't be frozen, and that the heat will keep the floor thawed out. Where here, this is outside, this is going to be part of the wall. You're not going to see this anyway. So that's kind of my thought anyway. So let's get this welded up. I don't know how much it's going to take, but I know I got enough material, so I'm not worried about that. So we should be able to get this done. So let me get this welded up, and then it'll probably be pretty close time to call it a day on the video. So I'll get back with you here in just a little bit. Well, between spiders and ice, I've just about got this floor done. Let's see, where am I at? That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Well, let's just start in right here. I have been getting hit by ice, so I've been having to go inside and get healed up. Of course, enough that I could run out of steel, and then I grab my steel at the same time. But we almost got the floor done here, and I think I got enough steel on me to get it done. And just a few more blocks here. So today we've managed to get the foundation all in, and we got the floor to the processing plant in, and I'm pretty happy with as much as I got done. We actually did some harvesting, which I will do once I wrap this up. I will go over there and do harvest some more food and whatnot, because I'm sure the crop's ready to be picked. And so if we look at the floor here, you can kind of see this will be 2 blocks out here. This is going to be the wall coming around the edge. I'm going to have guardrails coming up and around along the edge here. And then I think somewhere in here, now I'll have to map it out, but I'm going to have a refinery here and here and here, And by the time I get those 3 refineries in, you'll see that it's actually going to start taking up a lot of room, because I want to leave space for them to have their upgrades put on, and then I'm going to have catwalks in between them as well. So, and then I still got to decide exactly how I'm going to put my assemblers in, and on whether I'm going to put in cargo bins over here or a separate building for the cargo bins, which I'm not sure yet. I might do that, I might not, and so we'll just kind of see how that turns out. So that is that. We managed to also get some stuff done over on the algae farm over there, get a little more done on that, and I think yeah, I think we're making pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy with what I got done today, so I think it looks pretty good actually. So next time we're gonna start getting walls and the refineries in, and I still have to get the connection to the piping system going over to there, and so that's going to come over there, and then that'll all be come up from underneath the floor. And if I mapped everything out correctly, I'm going to miss the steel plates that I have, or my beams that I've got going across on the bottom there. So all right, well, I'll tell you what, let's call the video good right here, and let's kind of get set up. We can see the sun's kind of going down. Well, all you space engineers out there, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the video, and please subscribe. That will really help out the channel. Okay, engineers, keep your heads low, keep building away, and don't get shot. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.